And now we, with Michael Saganov, will demonstrate what should we do to register vestibular evolved myogenic potentials using near audio equipment. So we will start. And now, firstly, we need to put the electrodes. We will start to register from the cervical lamp. So I will show how we can prepare the skin for putting the electrodes on the Michael. To see the muscle well, we ask to turn the head in the opposite side, and we see the muscle contraction, and the same on the left side. In these places, the active electrodes will be situated. The reference electrode will be single for the both active and will be situated on the jugular fossa. And the ground electrode we will put on the head. Then you have a patient who has some problems, for example, oily skin or some skin problems and pathology. In a rare case, you can also use an abrasive paste to prepare the skin properly and to reach the low impedance under your electrodes. So after that, we can put the electrodes. Today we will use hydrogel electrodes, but also you can use, for example, cups electrode. It doesn't matter. The main feature is that the cable socket is touch-proof. So we need to put the electrode in the higher half of the muscle. And the same in the left side. Please look when you position the electrodes. They need to be situated symmetrical. So please make it carefully. And after that, our ground electrode. And the reference electrode here. After that, we need to connect our electrodes to the amplifier. So, as we can see, our active electrode will be connected to the plus socket of the device, the electrode on the left side to the first plus channel, the electrode on the right side to the second. The reference electrode is single electrode, and we connect it using the special adapter to the minus sockets, and the ground electrode to the ground socket. So we use the alligator connectors cables to connect the electrode. Okay. In this case, today we will use air conduction stimulator. You can use, for example, headphones or inserts. Today we will use inserts, headphones. Also, in some cases, maybe with the presence of problems with air conduction in your patient, you can use a special bone vibrator with a temperature sensor connected to the special bone conduction amplifier, because the energy we need is very high, and the single bone conduction is not enough. Today we will start with inserts, and after that we will try to register also lamp using bone vibrator. So we put the stimulator. Okay, and now we can start to work in a program. I will demonstrate the screen now. Okay, a little bit delay. So now we are in the main window of NeuroAudio.net program, and we will create a new exam. Enter the necessary information about our patient, and now we will try the necessary template for our test. Firstly, we start with a cortical cervical lamp, and using inserts. So now we are in the test window. We need to find the necessary stimulator type. Insert now. Now we see what is the intensity of the sound will be delivered to our patient, and what the frequency of stimulation. Now here we see which side will be stimulated, and also we can choose to contract the muscle in the same power from each side. We have a special instrument here. We ask the patient to to turn himself. Okay, I will help a little bit. I will help a little bit. As now we will stimulate from the right side, so we ask the patient to turn the head in the opposite side and to bend down a chin a little bit to construct the muscle well. And so we see what is the power of construction in the real time using our equipment, and all the trials. Then the patient contracts a muscle, for example, too low or too high. These trials will be go to the artifact and will be not averaged. And when we can start, we put here acquisition. And so the C, the averaging of response, it's very stable. So we can save the results. Also, as Dushan have said before, the response is registered on the IPSI lateral side, and the C, the big response in the IPSI lateral canal. So we can switch off the contra side because it doesn't have any useful information for us. So let's see how the response reproducible. So please turn the head to contract, and we should go the second cycle of stimulation. Okay. Okay. we can save. We see the response has good reproducibility. We can change the amplitude viewing. So after that, we can put the necessary markers and see the latency here in the table. So also the amplitude we can also see here. So let's try to register on the other side. Please, yes, turn a little bit to see the monitor. Good. Okay, I switch to the left side. Let's try. Okay. Okay. Construct. Yes, let's see. Okay, and save the results and try one more time. Yes. Okay, so this biofeedback monitor helps us to not to get the false asymmetry of our response when the patient constructs with a different power the muscle from the different sides. Also, we can put the necessary markers after that and see that the asymmetry is not more than normal value. It is only 10%, so it can be a normal situation. Also, let's try to register cervical vamp using bone vibrator, using special bone conduction amplifier. So we use, as I have said before, bone vibrator. Also, we can put off it from the head support and ask our patient to get more closer to me. Put it, for example, on the mastoid bone, choose the right side, and ask the patient to construct.
It's connected here.
Oh, sorry. We should connect the bone conduction vibrator and switch on the bone conduction amplifier. So put, and also please choose here bone vibrator with amplifier. We see that the power of stimulation become different from the previous one, and we can start the stimulator. Okay, and the second time, construct a little bit more. Okay, let's try one more time because the amplitude is different. I think it's because the different power of muscle construction for our patient. Let's have a little bit rest to the patient. And try one more time. Okay, so after we get a similar response, you can also analyze them. And if you want to make also to see the threshold, also you can put the intensity less and look for the threshold value, as the Dusan have said before. I think the main features of registration process are clear now for the cervical lamp. If you have any questions, please ask them to the chat, and we will answer them at the end. And now we can go for the second test. All lamp testing. Also, let's start with the inserts. And for this test, we should put the electrodes on the other skin sides. Okay. So let's make it. Active electrode will be situated under the eyes of our patient. And some literature asks us to make it a little bit lateral of the pupil. So please close your eyes. I will prepare the skin for the active electrode. And the reference electrode can be situated in different positions. For example, under the active electrodes. Also, you can use the nose, for example, the tip of the nose or the nasion, and the skin on the chin. Today, we will try to use the tip of the nose, as the Dusan has already said. But in some cases, also, if you have a little area here for your electrode position, you can also use nasion. So, let's connect the electrodes using the alligator cables. And put the reference electrode. And connect it with a single cable. Okay. The ground electrode is also on the forehead. Now here, for this test, the biofeedback monitor is not required, so we ask the patient to look up. Okay, when I will stimulate it. Now you can have a rest. So we see the intensity here and the frequency of stimulation. Also, as you heard today, this response to the ocular lamp is registered on the contrast side, so you can switch off the IPSI curves. when you register with the air conduction stimulator. Okay, let's start from the right side and stimulate. Okay, I think we can save the result. A little rest. You can blink a little bit if you want. And okay, let's try another time. Okay, I think we can save the result. It's better to visualize the response. We see the good reproducibility, and we can put our markers now and see the latencies here below in the table. Also, if you want to search the threshold, you can put the intensity down a little bit and search the last intensity when you can see the curves. So let's try to register responses using the bone vibrator. We can construct simultaneously the both muscles, and so we can, in the single trial, try to register the responses from the both sides. So let's choose bone vibrator with amplifier. Okay, we can position it in on the forehead now, and let's choose the both side stimulation and try to stimulate now. Okay, look up. Okay, we need to switch the bone conduction amplifier to a power supply, because the working on the inner accumulators is not too long, because the energy is too big for the working. Okay, let's delete this trace. And try to register one more time. Okay, look up. Okay, I think we can save. And let's see in this side, and on the opposite side, we have the responses due to using the bone vibrator. We have a slightly big artifact, but our equipment show you there is a zone of technical artifacts. So this is not any physiological peaks. These are artifacts. So you can search the responses after these places. So after that, we can put some markers. So in this manner, you also can try to search the results using the bone conduction amplifier and the bone vibrator. I think this is the main feature I want today to talk about and to show you. And now I will stop the demonstration. And if our guests have some questions, we will ready to answer them. Thank you.